everyone. Today we're really diving deep into something crucial for language learning.
Making English speaking a real everyday habit.
Exactly. And we're using day 14 of Spoken English in 40 days as our guide for this.
Yeah, it's a good source for practical stuff.
Our mission really is to pull out those actionable techniques, the things you can actually do to weave speaking practice into your day.
Even if you're super busy, right?
Yeah.
You feel like you don't have anyone to talk to.
Precisely. We want you to walk away knowing how to build that fluency and confidence without it feeling like this huge, overwhelming task.
And the source jumps right into why this daily thing matters so much. It's about consistency. It stresses training your brain to actually think in English, getting away from that constant translation in your head.
Which is like the key to sounding more natural, isn't it?
Absolutely. That mental shift is huge for fluency.
Okay, so let's unpack that a bit more. This idea of daily practice, the source uses a nice analogy.
The exercise one, building language muscles.
Yeah, exactly that. Just like hitting the gym makes you stronger, speaking English regularly strengthens those neural connections.
Makes it easier to access the language when you need it. Less searching for words.
And the really empowering part, I think, is that it says you can start now on your own.
You don't need to wait. That's a big hurdle removed for a lot of learners.
Yeah, that feeling of, I need a partner first.
Right. But this source emphasizes the power of solo practice. Active recall, essentially.
Using the language, not just reading about it.
Precisely. That active use locks it in much better than passive study. Stronger brain connections.
Okay, so if you're starting solo, where does the source suggest you begin?
First thing in the morning. It keeps it really simple.
Like super simple phrases.
Yeah, stuff you actually do, like I woke up at 7 a.m.
Or, I brushed my teeth and made coffee.
I checked my schedule.
Yeah.
You know, just narrating your basic routine.
I'm going to the office today. It seems almost too basic, maybe.
But that's the point, I think. It's not about complex grammar first thing.
It's just the act of saying it, vocalizing.
Exactly. Getting your mouth and brain warmed up in English. It builds a bit of confidence right at the start of the day.
A small win to get you going.
Creates that momentum. Makes
Yeah.
you feel like, okay, I can do this.
So, moving beyond the morning routine, how do we keep it going? Like during work or study?
The source gives similar examples, just tied to those contexts.
Like I'm attending a meeting at 10.
Or, I had lunch with my coworker. Simple observations about your day.
I'm sending some emails now. I finished the project today.
Again, very grounded in reality.
And that's key, isn't it? Linking the English to your actual life.
Makes it stick better.
Definitely. You're creating stronger mental hooks. It's not just abstract vocabulary, it's language tied to your experience. More meaningful, easier to remember.
Now, there was this technique. Mini self-talk.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that internal chatter we all have.
But doing it consciously in English.
Right, like thinking to yourself, I think I did a good job today. Or, okay, I need to finish this task by evening.
It seems small, but the source really highlights how those little bits add up.
Continuous low-pressure practice.
Exactly. You're constantly reinforcing structures and words in a really personal way, just by tuning into your own thoughts.
Okay, so morning covered, daytime covered. What about the end of the day?
Evening reflection. Again, simple sentences to review things.
Like, I had a busy day at work.
I cooked dinner and watched TV, or maybe I'm feeling a bit tired.
Tomorrow will be a better day. Just summing up.
And the suggestion is to say these aloud, or even record yourself.
Ooh, yeah. That might feel a bit weird for some people at first.
It can, definitely. But it's such a useful tool for self-assessment.
How so?
Well, you hear things differently when you listen back. Pronunciation quirks, hesitation points.
Stuff you don't notice when you're just speaking.
Exactly. It gives you that slightly more objective feedback, helps you pinpoint where to focus.
Right, okay. So we know what to practice and when. But the tricky part is sticking with it, right? Consistency.
Always the challenge. The source gives 4 specific tips here.
Okay, tip number 1.
Set a fixed time, even if it's just 5 minutes a day. Make it a non-negotiable part of your schedule.
Like brushing your teeth. Okay, tip 2.
Use a mirror for the self-talk.
Why a mirror?
It helps with, eye contact, even with yourself. And just the physical act of speaking, the nonverbals, builds confidence.
Makes sense. Tip 3.
Record yourself. We just talked about that one. Use your phone, listen back.
For that self-assessment piece.
Okay.
Got it. And tip 4.
This one's a bit meta, maybe. It suggests that engaging with their daily content,
Or like listening to this deep dive right now,
exactly, can actually help reinforce the habit itself. It keeps it top of mind.
provides that external structure and reminder. Okay, practical tips.
Very actionable, I think. Anchoring the time, using the mirror, recording, they all address different aspects of building the habit and improving.
So to kind of pull all these little practice moments together, the source suggests creating a short daily story.
Yeah, like a mini summary of your day in English.
They give an example, right? Something like,
I woke up at 7 a.m., got ready, had breakfast.
joined a meeting, worked on a project. Pretty straightforward.
After work, went shopping, made dinner. Now I'm relaxing. Basic narrative structure.
And the idea isn't just to repeat that example, obviously.
No. The point is for you, the listener, to adapt it. Take that structure and fill it with your day's events,
So you're taking those individual phrases we talked about.
and weaving them into a simple story.
What's the benefit of doing that specifically?
Well, it practices sequencing, putting thoughts together in English. It reinforces the vocabulary and context, and it moves you towards expressing slightly more complex ideas, even if the story itself is simple.
Right, moving beyond just isolated sentences.
Exactly. Developing that narrative flow.
So, wrapping things up, what's the main takeaway message from this source material?
I think it really boils down to don't aim for perfection right away.
Yeah, that seems crucial.
It's about consistent effort, small steps every day. That's what builds momentum and leads to real improvement.
Daily practice, staying motivated, and just speaking, building that confidence piece by piece.
It's a marathon, like you said earlier, not a sprint. Regular, manageable practice beats occasional intense cramming every time.
Keep that motivation up, keep that confidence growing.
That's the core of sustainable language learning.
Definitely. And as a sort of practical next step, the source mentions following everyday English tip.
Right. Presumably for more daily prompts or reminders, finding those resources that keep you engaged.
Yeah, building that support system, even if it's just an online reminder.
That sense of connection, ongoing material,
Yeah.
really helps maintain motivation.
Okay, well that gives you a really solid set of strategies, I think, pulled straight from day 14.
Concrete things you can start doing today.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for joining us for this deep dive.
My pleasure.
And to you listening, happy speaking.